Question: do you count your beans? I do, and I'm going to talk about it. Answer: yes, I do count my beans, but not in the bean in a bag sense. Let's talk about it in just a second. If you are brand new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you've been here before and you're a veteran viewer, I humbly thank you, thank you, thank you for coming back. If you're just dropping by to say hi, hey, how you doing today? Hope that you're doing well and hope you consider coming back. And if you want to become a subscriber, all you have to do is tap that little red button in the corner of your screen, tap it, and it brings you to subscribing. There you go. If you're on a laptop or a regular desktop computer, there you go. Hope that this video finds everybody doing well today. I'm going to talk about counting beans. Well, so to speak. Okay. You know, necessity is truly the mother of invention for many of us. In fact, for all of us, if you really think about it. Back in the olden days, when I was a single mom in between marriages and a school teacher in New York City making meager wages in a parochial school system, that's its own video, which there's more information on another video. You're just not making, a lot of money. This was back in the 1980s. And when you're a single mom, it's really like a different, challenge, or a single dad. You guys know what I'm referring to. But this is what taught me a very valuable lesson about bean counting. Now, I don't necessarily mean the beans in the bag. I do not, in fact, mean that. I think I had a few better things to do than open up a bag of beans and actually count those. But what I did learn how to count was my actual inventory of non-edible foods, non-edible items, rather. For example, okay, not to this day, believe it or not, I still do it. Okay. Why do I do it? I do that as an attempt to save money. And can I tell you something? It actually works. Too many people fork out too much cash in just rough ideas. But if you take a minute to examine your habits, this is something I've been stressing on and off this week about us examining our habits. For example, let's take the case of a simple box of trash bags. The brand that I use has 17 trash bags per box. Okay. I know ritually that I need 3 bags per week. Why? Because the trash is picked up in my area on Mondays, on Wednesdays, and on Fridays. So that's my 3 chances of getting rid of, my trash each week. The box that I get has, like I said, 17 bags. I know that I am in good shape for how many weeks? I'm in good shape for 5 weeks because I need 3 bags. Okay. So 1 box is utilized for 5 weeks and I have 2 left over. So what do I do with the 2 left over? I actually remove them and I put them in a separate spot for those times when you just like off your game and like you forget to calculate. And I put those away and I created its own separate stash. These are the things I like to do. I do the same thing, for example, with paper towels, for example. Okay. Let's just say that I use 1 roll per week. It's just myself, so I really don't need to use 1,000 rolls, okay? So therefore, of the better quality, I just want to point that out. And there's one brand that I've mentioned several times that is comparable to Bounty, and it's made from the same company. It's the exact same texture. And anyway, I'm not getting paid to say it, but it's called Plenty. So people have asked me before. The product is called Plenty. Highly recommend it. But anyway, having said that, if I know that I only use 1 of those per week and I see a deal on those 15 roll packs, for example, of that product, which is already a savings because it's much less expensive than the Cadillac of paper one which is actually the same paper, I think. Sure feels like it. So then I know already that I'm in good shape for 15 weeks. Now I take the same theory with bathroom tissue, for example. Let's say going through 2 rolls per week, one person. Okay, this is just an example. If I get the 8-roll pack, I know I'm in good shape for 4 weeks. Now it sounds like a lot of detail, but it's really not. It's just a habit that you get into. For example, I'm always finding myself replenishing my bathroom with 2 brand new rolls, for the week on a Friday. It just falls into this category. This is all part of the bean counting. But you would be amazed that by quote, end of quote, counting your so-called beans, how it adds up to savings. I am not a fan of duplicate purchasing because I don't like to, if I have the thing and I won't need the thing, another new thing for a long time, why should I put forth the money when that money can be reallocated somewhere else, or it could even be into savings? The other additional thing is canned tuna, for example. I like my tuna fish. So therefore, especially when the weather is hot, okay? And I have, I just like to have it in the house. It's a great thing. Get unexpected company. You could make a nice little tuna salad, or if you're tired at night, you just want to eat it because you like it. So for example, I know that I would like to have 1 can of tuna fish for myself every week. So every beginning of the month, I will make sure to have 4 cans readily available. You can always go and buy 5 cans and put 1 away. But, again, so this is the thing. If you could just take the time to just figure out your usage of things. For example, sometimes people buy like too many cake mixes and it's just like maybe themselves. Well, ask yourself, do you really need all that many cake mixes? And over time, it's not safe to eat them after they expire. This is something I heard a couple of years ago. This is just something I heard. You may want to check it out. But if you don't use, now, if you don't, okay, here's another thing. If you see cake mixes on sale in June, and you're the type that can't stand running an oven, for example, till the whole summer, whatever, do you really need at that moment in time to buy it? These are questions you have to ask yourself. But let's stick around to the inventory thing. Okay, now nonstick spray. I go through, I would say, probably 1 a month. Therefore, do I need to fork out the money to buy the pack that has 3 in it? It depends in that case. If I'm getting a better deal, I know eventually I'm going to use it. So then if I get the 3-pack one, then I'm good for 3 months. Just get familiar and know your stuff. Once you're familiar and know your stuff and you become your own bean counter, hey, and by the way, you can apply that rule if you want with food too, like I just did for the example with the tuna fish. I said non-edible in the beginning, but then I threw the tuna in. Sorry about that, but it actually works out. So just know your stuff, know your habits, and you will be surprised, shocked, and amazed as to how much money you can save. There you go. And it's all about savings. Why not? Put that money away or use it on something else or even for a treat for yourself once in a great while. By the way, do treat yourself every once in a while. That's very important. Have that mad crazy money. Me, I like to separate $20 a month and I call it mad crazy money. Do whatever I want with it, guilt-free. So there. In the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City. Thank you very much for viewing. Why? Because I really do appreciate who? You. Don't forget to come back in the future for some more tips and tricks. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Take good care now. Goodbye.